Divine greetings, masters. Very good evening, everyone. Very good evening, good morning from whichever part of the world you're joining in. Thank you so much for being here. This is Madhu Soni welcoming you all to Light and Soul Meditation English Club. I request each and everyone to open your videos and let us join our hands for the masters' energies and connection with them. With great respects, regards, and gratitude to all the masters from all the realms and kingdoms. We are really grateful, thankful for all that you have done, Masters, for all the guidance, wisdom, divine knowledge that you have shared with us. We are really grateful to all the Masters from the Param Guru Mandali, Saptarishi Mandal Masters, to all the Siddhas, teachers, healers, gurus, and mentors, and to our great Grand Master, Pitamaha, Brahmarishi Patriji, Mahavatar Babaji, and to all the Masters of Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Father Universe, Sun, Moon, and constellations, to all the divine feminine, divine masculine energies, to all the meditators who are present here for their precious time, space, and energy that they share with this wonderful group of ours of Light and Soul Meditation Group and an excellent Love Light Starshine YouTube channel. Thank you so much, each and everyone. We are really grateful. We ask and pray to you, Masters, to help us connect with your consciousness. We also ask and request you to help us align with the soul plan and purpose and maybe fulfill the same. We ask and pray to you to help us go and connect with our highest timeline that we have set for incarnation. May we fulfill our highest timeline in this soul journey, in this present lifetime. Thank you so much, Masters. Help us and guide us. Keep us in alignment. Show us the right path. Help us to follow the path of right, truth, honesty, justice, love, peace, happiness, and compassion. Thank you so much, Masters. Keep your grace, your blessings on each and every one of us. Thank you so much. So very warm welcome, Masters. How is everyone doing? How is everyone? All good? Okay. So I hope you all are good, fine, wonderful. So, Masters, today we are actually going to talk about Master Annie Besant. So I'm not sure how much justice I can do, but I'm just gonna, share some of the thoughts that, or some of the things that are written about her. So when we talk about Annie Besant is a very prominent and important figure in the history. Not only the history, still many people do remember her and we still know about her, right? But maybe we don't know that much about Annie Besant. So today, under Moments of Wisdom, we are going to talk about her wisdom, you know, uh, not only her wisdom, but also about her life. So something that I have, yeah, one second. So this is, I'm going to share. So this is how Annie Besant, Master Annie Besant looks like. Okay, Masters, this is she, Annie Besant, meaning how beautiful she looks. What a lady, I would say a lady, I would say full of, she is metal, I would say, steel body, a steel mind. That is how she is. And so, it's like when I see her, I, what to say? There is so much similarity that when I look into her, definitely I haven't done so much work, but that is what I felt, even the hair, the face, everything was so, so similar. Anyway, the point is, she is Annie Besant and I'm nothing like her, but the point is I can just only try for what the things she has done, and she is such a beautiful, prominent, important, excellent figure in the history. Her birth happened in on 1st of October 1847, and 20th September 1933 she died. So birth time is basically, birth date is 1st of October 1847, right? So it's been, I would say, our Indian, Independence Day as just after 100 years, I would say much later than that. So it's in 1947, you can just calculate. Anyhow, she was an English socialist, okay? A socialist, a theosophist, She also belonged to the Freemason Society. She also was into women's right. She started the home rule activism, and she actually started that home rule in India. She was also this when she started this home rule activism. She started it from the Irish land. Okay, she was an educationist, a campaigner for Indian nationalism. She is also, a very ardent supporter of the Irish and Indian self rule. So, this is what she has done in her lifetime. She also is the first female president of the Indian National Congress. Okay, so just imagine she was the first female president of Indian National Congress in 1917. Where was she born, Master? She was born in London, that is Clapham, London, England. She was from England, and just imagine she became in 1917. She was the first female president of the Indian National Congress. Just imagine how that journey would have been, when we talk about her lifetime or her journey and the history that we are now reading. She was a very prominent speaker of the National Secular Society, and she was also a writer, and she had been her many friends, included Charles Bradlaugh, and who actually had been, published a book called, it was on birth control. So it was also basically, at that time, women never used contraceptives. So they actually spoke about contraceptives. So Charles Bradlaugh, he was an English political activist and atheist also. He founded the National Secular Society in 1866. So, this is when, when he started. Later on, she became a prominent speaker in the National Secular Society. Okay, the NSS. So in 1877, after they have written, after Charles Bradlaugh had, Charles Bradlaugh and Annie Besant, they both were prosecuted because they have published a book uh, by this campaigner whose name was Charles Knowlton. So Charles Knowlton actually wrote this book on birth control, and he was a physician, he was a writer. But these two, Bradlaugh and Annie Besant, they published this book, and because of that, at that time, women who were basically outspoken, or they would go for women's rights, so they were deemed as evil. And also at that time, many people who actually went against the law, they were prosecuted. So these two people, Charles Bradlaugh and Annie Besant, were prosecuted because they published Charles Knowlton's book on birth control. So after this, she became involved in union actions, and they actually went for so people who were unemployed, for them there was this bloody Sunday demonstration, and lot of so there were strikes also. So they were given that name, London Match Girls Strike of 1888. Okay, she was the leading speaker for both Fabian Society and the Marxist Social Democratic Federation. This is very political, master. So much political, information is there. So she was elected to the London School Board for Tower Hamlets, and she actually qualified to vote at that time also for the, you know uh, few women who were qualified to vote. So at that time, women were not required that, or they were not given that chance to vote also. So she also topped the poll where she could actually use this right to vote. And so later on, I would also tell you, she was also a person who actually helped founded the this Central Hindu College, that is also known as the Banaras Hindu University, right? BHU. And that time, she actually worked with Madan Mohan Malviya, and many other prominent figures. And so Banaras Hindu University was also being founded by other masters also, whose name were Rameshwar Singh, Prabhu Narayan Singh, Sundar Lal Ji, and Annie Besant and Madan Mohan Malviya. So just imagine, at that time, Banaras Hindu University, knowledge imparts immortality. So that was the motto in English that was given. and it was established in 4th February 1916. Okay, so basically 109 years ago at that time, as they say. So maybe much 110 or 15 years ago, I would say, right? So the Wikipedia page also has the older information, but still, the point is, just imagine what all things she has done, masters. It is so, so important to know that Annie Besant, as a young woman, she was born as Annie Wood, okay, to her parents, her parents, when we talk about her parents, so later on, one second, early life, when we talk about the early life, so Annie Wood, her name was Annie Besant, right? We tell her name as Annie Besant, but actually, why? She was born as Annie Wood to um, uh, basically William Burton Percy Wood and his wife Emily Roche Morris. That was father and the mother's name. Okay. Later on, when she got married to Frank Besant, so she took the name of Annie Besant. After 6 years of her marriage, so when she actually got married to Besant, so after 6 years, she was divorced, separated, and they had a lot of issues with the money, and because everything was under the control of the husband, and she had to also work. She would write stories, small short stories that she would write. Okay, but at that time money was very short for Frank Besant, and he was stingy also. So Annie Besant was writing short stories, and even they had this third child would impose too much on the family finances. That's what it is written. So she wrote books on children and articles, and so whatever money she earned was controlled by her husband Frank Besant. So later on, she started, questioning her own faith when her daughter Mabel was seriously ill in 1871. So she consulted one of the person called Edward Bowery, who's Pusey. By post, he gave her advice along orthodox Brampton lecture lines. So basically reprimanded her about her unorthodox, unorthodox theological tendencies. So basically, at that time, many people were orthodox, right? Women should do this, women should not do that. But she was so unorthodox. She was of modern thinking woman, and she would, not comply to those lines or rules or tendencies. And so people who do that, they were not deemed good. So at that time, later on when she got separated, after all this things that were happening, when she was a wife of Frank Besant, so it was not easy for her to live like that. So later on, she actually tried to repair her marriage also, but this tension that was basically becoming very strong. So, and when it actually rose high, the tension rose high at that time, Annie Besant actually refused to attend one of the communion. So Frank Besant demanded, and he said that, you need to go, and because of, it was his reputation that was online, and the his position in the church. So he was a clergyman there in the church, and so in 1873 she left him and went to London. So she had this temporary place to stay. And so many things that later on, when she started doing, was she started living with Mabel, her daughter. But after certain time, because Frank would give her allowance, so that money had to be given by Frank. So she actually published something, yeah, the public campaigning on contraception she had published, right? So something was being published or campaigned, which was done by Annie Besant. So Frank Besant actually, brought this in front of everyone, and told that, she's unfit to take care of children. And so he took over the sons and daughters, basically custody. So at that time, so then later on, it was not okay, and maybe the relationship was very strained. But later on, she became again, um, uh, she reconciled with her daughter Mabel and son also. So this was about her life. Later on, she became a reformer. She became a secularist. So she wrote about. She was writing for the National Reformer, and which was also the organ of National Secular Society, which was run by Charles Bradlaugh, as we already spoke about that, right? So she also started speaking. So her, career as a platform speaker began on 25th of August 1874 with topic the political status of women. So the lecture was at Cooperative Hall, Castle Street, and many other things, masters. So lot of things. She was all she so she brought this rule where if certain times religion was to basically it was uh, told that anything that comes under Christian rule that only can be done, and nothing out of Christianity. So, but she broke that rule also, and she, excuse me, and so she also criticized that everyone should be given just full chance, rightful chance. Everyone has the right to practice their religion, practice their thoughts, and so keep the religion separate from everything. And at that time, any women who spoke, so they were thought as unnecessary, basically, deemed as evil, and only the great saints of church can only speak many of the things. But many of the church saints, they actually despise the women, so they did not want any women to make the decisions, or they don't want that they should go against the teachings of eternal torture, or whatever the vicarious atonement of the whatever was written in the Bible at that time. So many things she actually tried and corrected, and she exposed the history of the Christian church with unsparing hand, and its persecutions, its religious wars, cruelties, and operations. So during that time, when you talk about many other things, uh, in the past there was this story about Saint Valentine. Saint Valentine at that time, he was also put there and so why do we celebrate Saint Valentine's or Valentine's Day? Because it is a day of love, and you share this love with everyone. Mostly, he would actually celebrate because the birth of Saint Valentine. But that day, when the birth of Saint Valentine happens, there was this protest. The how to say, no, uh, there's this wonderful word I totally forgot. So there is this, celebration where the whole road is actually filled with people, and they are actually there are women who are naked, and they are also beating them. Something like that was there. So Saint Valentine never liked this, and he opposed that. So earlier times, many women were actually put into all those rituals, and so many had to go against this kind of law, which was not okay for women and the society. And so she actually started many of the things that were uh, that helped the secularity of any country. So she started this movement in the Irish land, and later the Lokmanya Tilak, actually when he learned about this activism, he also started by taking the help of Annie Besant in India, and then he again started. Okay, so that was what happened. Later on, she like as you all know, she's a theosophist also. She was also a part of Co-Freemasonry. She was president of the Theosophical Society. Then she also started the World Teacher Project. So later on, as you speak about her life, one second, Master. So, as you speak about her, she also adopted Jiddu Krishnamurti as her third son, third child. Okay, and she gave him this name that he is the Messiah for everyone. He is actually Buddha, reincarnation of Buddha. But later on, 1929, he actually said, "No, I'm not Buddha. I'm not an incarnation of anyone. I'm just, or and also this World Teacher Project that Annie Besant had given this name. So he actually later on closed that also. But he was also known as the protege, basically, who would actually follow the steps of Annie Besant, and she was actually helping Jiddu Krishnamurti to help with these activities in India. So at last, when we talk about Annie Besant, so her personal life masters later. 1 second. Yeah. So now when we talk about her, so she also brought this home rule movement, right? So India, as early in 1902, Besant had written that India is not ruled for the prospering of the people, but rather for the profit of her conquerors, and her sons are being treated as a conquered race. So she encouraged Indian national consciousness, attacked caste and child marriage, and worked effectively for Indian education. So Besant actually continued to participate in many political matters also. She joined Indian National Congress, and definitely later on, um, uh, there was this very huge movement, and so I will just read this, okay, masters. Um, this was She had joined the Indian National Congress. Okay. So colloquially, the Congress Party, or simply the Congress, is a big tent political party in India, as they say. And it was founded on 28 December 1885. It was the first modern nationalist movement to emerge in British Empire. So as the name suggested, this was originally a debating body which met each year to consider resolutions on political issues. Mostly, it demanded more of say for middle class Indians. British Indian government. It had not yet developed into a permanent mass movement with a local organization. About this time, her co-worker Leadbeater moved to Sydney. In 1914, World War I broke out, and Britain asked for the support of its empire in the fight against Germany. So, echoing an Irish nationalist slogan, Besant declared, England's need is India's opportunity. Okay. uh, as editor of the New India newspaper. So she was also the editor of New India newspaper. She attacked the colonial government of India and called for clear and decisive moves towards self-rule. As with Ireland, the government refused to discuss any changes while the war lasted. So, masters, it is such a big thing that she has done. I can't say much about her. We have to go, like, if we want to say, we have to be thorough with her things that she has done. I can't do full justice of the work that she has done. A lot has been done by her. I'm really, really, I have been thinking about her for such a long time, and I have been wanting to tell you all about her, but it is not easy. So in 1916, Besant had launched All India Home Rule League along with Lokmanya Tilak. So once again, she was modeling demands for India on Irish nationalist practices, meaning that the practices that she has curated for the Irish national people, for the practices, and saying, making demands for the Irish people, they use the same tactics for the Indian people also, so that they can be free from British Empire. So Lokmanya Tilak, used this practice, the Irish nationalist practice, by Annie Besant, and also took the help of Annie Besant in 1916. Okay. So in 1917, Besant was arrested because, they were doing the demonstrations and public meetings and agitations. So she was arrested and interned at a hill station where she defiantly flew a red and green flag. So the flag, I'm going to show you what is that flag. I'll show this flag to you all. So it was with stripes of red and green, and then the seven stars. The seven stars denoted the Saptarishi Mandal. It also denoted the British Empire. See, it also had this moon and the star, and then the seven stars, if you can see. This was the flag that she flagged. Okay, so if you can see it, masters. Okay, so now I'm gonna stop share. So again, now when we go back into the what Annie Besant did later on, so she is such a great personality in so many things. I'm like thinking she did not rested for a while, just not for a second also, I think. She was always into something, always doing something so great and so helping people. It was not easy, masters. So basically, Besant was arrested in June 1970 and interned at a hill station where she defiantly flew a red and green flag. The Congress and the Muslim League together threatened to launch protests if she were not set free. So, as you see, the in the flag there were the Muslim moon and the stars. So the members from the Muslim League committee and the Congress members, they threatened to launch this protest if you don't set free, if you don't set Annie Besant set free, we are going to protest. We are going to launch a protest. So Besant's arrest had created a lot of focus for protest. So government was forced to give way and make vague, basically, uh, not clear but significant concessions. So it was announced that ultimate aim of British rule was Indian self-government and moves in that direction. So many protests were made, much of the work was done by Annie Besant and her team, and that was actually the starting point for India to get freedom. Okay, so later on, India got freedom. So I think Besant was freed in September 1970, welcomed by crowds all over India, and in December she took over as the president of the Indian National Congress for a year. Both Jawaharlal Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi spoke of Besant's influence and admiration. After the war, a new leadership of the Indian National Congress emerged around Mahatma Gandhi, one of those who had returned to demand Besant's release. So Mahatma Gandhi was a lawyer and had returned from leading Asians in a peaceful struggle in the South Africa, right? So Jawaharlal Nehru and Gandhi's closest collaborator had been educated by a theosophist tutor. So during the death, basically, Besant tried as a person theosophist and the president of the Theosophical Society. So basically, Jiddu Krishnamurti was actually adopted as her son, and he views into her life basically were without success. She vowed to personally follow him in his new direction, although she apparently had trouble understanding both his motives and his new message. So maybe because she actually adopted him as his son, but and he also was called as the protege of Annie Besant. But later on, when as Annie Besant told that he is the Messiah of the upcoming masters, and he's also a incarnation of Buddha. Later on, Jiddu Krishnamurti said, "No, I'm not the Messiah," and he did not claim that. And not only that, he also, when the World Teacher Project was going on, that he's the savior who would save the people. So in 1929, he also said, "No, I'm not gonna do that." So he also cancelled that project. So that basically, the two actually remained friends until she died. In 1931, she became ill in India, and on 20th September 1933, at the age of 85, in Adyar, Madras Presidency, British India. At that time, India was under the control of British. So, as they say, 1933, it was not 1947 yet. So, 1933, at the age of 85, in Adyar, Madras, she was cremated. She died, and her body was cremated there. So, there is basically legacy. When we talk about her legacy, so she is widely recognized as a person who was also a pioneer of women's birth control and her contribution to the Indian freedom movement. So many roads have been named in name of her, and there are Indian cities in Mumbai and Patna. So there is Besant Road in the city of Vijayawada, in Chennai, a residential neighborhood, Basant Nagar, and an urban park, the Dr. Annie Besant Park has also been named. Besant Theosophical College was established in Madanapalle, basically in the region of Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema. And then there is also this university called Annie Besant University, in 2023. Now that is what had been planned and announced. Then also many other things, masters. There is a lot of work that she has written. Uh, that's what I'm saying. I can't do justice to her. I'm just telling you all about the details. Besides, that she was a theosophist, or she was a president of the Indian National Congress. So many other things. But here, she also had written lot of online books. You can see Annie Besant. Also, law of population, the political status of women, Christianity, marriage as it was, as it is, and as it should be, a plea for reform, my path to atheism, then light, heat, and sound. Then she has written the atheist platform, autobiographical sketches are there, and then she has written why I am a socialist, why I became a theosophist, then the seven principles of man, Bhagavad Gita also, translated the Lord's song, karma, then in the outer court, the ancient wisdom, dharma, evolution of life and form, avatars, the religious problem in India, thought power. These are all the names of the book that I am actually telling you. So much. Oh my God, if I actually show you, you will be surprised, masters. It is so many books that she has written. Oh my God, amazing. So it was not easy. Recognition in popular media, definitely. There is so many things. She was also in his book, Ramchandra Guha was a person who actually has written about Besant, okay, rebels against the Raj, and six other foreigners served India, how they helped India to make India independent from the British Raj. Besant also appears as a character in the children's novel Billy and Match Girl by Paul Haston. And so many of the people are actually very much inspired, and they use Besant as their foundation work also. Not only that, Annie Besant, she has been uh, she had many friends. Helena Blavatsky, she met her. Then Rudolf Steiner also in Munich. And, so much work she has done, masters, so many books. And she also was into theosophy, as I told you. So many organizations were there that were, related to the Freemasonry concept. So, masters, this was about Annie Besant today. I know this is too much for everyone to take in, but it is unmatched. I would say it is unmatched. If you go and see her page, there are many fun facts. There are many other things that you can actually read and see. The most prominent thing is I when I see her, I like the not so definitely she's a very prominent, important personality in our history. But when you see her, you will actually see the aura. Her aura is so in her, her personality is so beautiful. She looks so stunning. And then even her hair and everything, her whole demeanor and the strength that she carried, the way she had done so much work. She's not only a writer, a theosophist, a reformer, a woman's right, activist, a protester, and she had written many short storybooks on children. And her life was. When I look at her, or when I look into her life, or the things that have been written, it's like so much challenge. Oh my God, as if she had came with that sole plan to reform India, to reform Irish people, to reform Irish independence. So it is not only, I would say, challenging, unimaginable, I would say. Go and see her page, and you'll be surprised when whatever. So I have goosebumps now all over my body. I don't know why. I'm like everywhere my body is into goosebumps, because it's that personality. I'm like amazed. And so I have this so much inkling into my past life. When I go there, and I'm like, why do I feel so much connected to her? I don't know why. And that is what it is. Maybe some connection, because I was also feeling that, maybe in the past, I also must have done some women's right, because in this lifetime, I'm very much into women's right. I can't take it, if women's rights are being harmed by in some way. I would actually, I wouldn't take no for a no, I would actually work towards it to take care, like how to, help people. That's what I also feel. I don't know what I'm gonna do later on, but this is where I feel very much connected to Annie Besant Masters. So, anyhow, thank you so much for listening to me and my haphazard way of speaking today. But because that's what I said, I can't do justice to her. I can't do justice to her. Like the way she is a justful person, she has done so much work, and it is, unmatched, unimaginable work that she has done, which is like in one single lifetime, in that 85 years from the time she was born, as a young woman also, she was able to travel alone. At that time, when we are like 14, 15, we don't even think of doing that at that time. But I would say, not only that, or maybe for 10, 11, it is not easy, masters. So thank you so much. And if anyone wishes to share anything at this time, you can go ahead and share, and then we can go into meditation, masters. Anyone wishes to share? Yes, Sheelamji, go ahead.
Atmavan and all.
Thank
It's really a beautiful life that we've spoken today. I just wanted to know, wasn't she associated with Swami Vivekananda too?
Maybe I have not read, but she was actually related to all the prominent figures in her lifetime. So she was also connected to Mahatma Gandhi. At that time, if Swami Vivekananda was there,
Yeah,
definitely he would have met him.
because
And
in his life, I think there is mention about her from what I remember.
yeah,
And she really liked because his concepts are so good, and his
so
sayings,
yeah, because when she
she
is connected to
same,
Hannah
same way.
Blavatsky, yeah.
Yeah,
So when she's connected to Freemasonry, she's also connected to Theosophy. She's also
yeah.
connected to Indian National Congress. She's also connected to Lokmanya Tilak. So all the reformers of India. So definitely she must be connected. So that's what I'm saying, that I haven't had the time to even read. But the point is, it's my bad, I would say. I take it on me that I am not able to share the whole thing that she has done. It's such a, we need actually, 3, 4 days to actually talk about her. Just imagine, on every bit of it. So there's this wonderful book. Definitely, we need to talk about that. Yes, Nirja ji, please do unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, unmute. I again muted you. Sorry about that. Thank you, Sheelam ji. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yes, Sheelam. Sorry, yeah, Nirja ji. Oh, you are again unmuted somehow. I don't know why. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So no, when I knew a little bit about her, I know that she was a great figure, and couple of things. I think what Sheelamji said is true. Apparently, they met when Sheelamji was talking. I was searching. They met during that World Parliament on the when Vivekananda had gone, to talk, and he talks that famous speech about brothers and sisters of America when he goes to the Congress 1983 thing. That's where their paths meet.
Okay, yeah. So, and
So
1985, sorry, yeah, 1885, right? 1885,
yeah.
something like that.
S-
At that time,
So,
that,
yeah, I was just looking up that Annie Besant met Swami Vivekananda at the 1893 World Parliament of Religions in Chicago and described him as a striking figure clad in yellow and orange, shining like the sun of India. Because he makes that famous speech at that time. He says, brothers and sisters of America, and
uh-huh.
everybody is like Vivekananda is known for that speech kind of. But I was also thinking that she was so revolutionary in putting the different symbols. I was when you were telling, I didn't realize that she wrote so much, but I just put in chat one thing about the different. The only thing I'm like a little bit thinking was why did she put the British flag there too? But she did bring all the different religions. She has the
Yeah,
seven
because the
stars and
Muslims, when you talk about the Muslims religion,
they
they
have
have
the
the moon and the star
moon
there.
and then for the Hindu thing they have the
The
seven
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 stars
stars.
for the
So
Saptarishi Mandal, meaning
yeah.
the seven constellations from
Yeah.
when
So
we
she brought
actually,
that unity there. I was
yes,
just thinking that is really good. I was just surprised why she, knowing that she was against the British, why she still put the British flag there.
yeah.
The symbol was there. But I just put in chat another book that I saw on Amazon. that was like talking about like the different things, and there's a Trishul, there's a different things in that. So
Yes.
definitely she was a visionary, and we knew very little about her, and because of you, we learned a lot more about her. Thank you.
No, not only that, I really wanted to tell you all more about her in a very, I wanted to put a slide or something, but I'm actually running very busy nowadays. But anyway, the point is, I really wanted to share. And I'm, if you all believe me, masters, I have been thinking about her from past 3 weeks, and I could not muster courage to speak about her. This is the time when I thought, okay, why I'm fearing, because I know that I can't do justice. So this is my way of just saying sorry, Annie Besant master, but I can't do justice to you because you have done so much that I don't find myself of that valor or that courage or that strength to actually talk about you. And I have to do so much. Or maybe I don't know why I feel when I look into her, I feel that it is me who is there. Really, it is me who is there. I don't know why I feel so. So maybe some inkling with my life in the past, because I definitely know I have seen myself. I've been burnt at stake. That's I know. That's what I know. I see that visual coming, that maybe I was into women's right, and I was speaking about the women's right or something, and people do deem oneself as a woman who's speaking for the people. They were burnt at that time, and they were put as a witch, that she's a witch, and so they were burnt at that time. Many women. So who were headstrong women, when they were actually speaking about. So I'm actually telling you all why, because we all are headstrong women's master. We all are. Somewhere, if you are fearful at this time, just imagine that you are a strong woman. You are able to hear about her, and even me, you, and everyone who is present here today at this time, and who will be hearing about them, about Annie Besant Master. It is only those people who are of that material, metal, mineral will only hear, because it is very, very important to know what your consciousness is. You have a consciousness of metal, of a steel body, of a master who was so strong. So when you are hearing, you are being awakened, masters. Just imagine. This is the third week that I decided, not third week, actually fourth week, because I had opened this page for quite a long time, and I was actually trying that I'll find time to read about her, I'll find more time, I'll make this and that, but nothing. You can't do that. Her life is done. Whatever she has done such huge work. Oh my God, you can't compare, you can't do justice to that. But I request each and everyone to, at least today, after this session, or now, if you want, you go and see, not on your phone, on your laptop computer, and see what she has done. I'm just speaking here and there. And definitely, it's in detail, masters. Wikipedia will also not do justice. Every book that she has written, okay. But one last thing that I want to show you all, which will be very, very helpful to you, to just see. Many people write many things, right? This is the
Yeah.
yeah.
Madhuji, one thing I thought was I didn't understand exact. I know what philosophy is and others, but I did not know what theosophy was. So I was just searching for that. And it's such a beautiful description. It says, in simple terms, theosophy is a mystical belief system that explores the nature of divinity and spiritual enlightenment. It
Yes,
emphasizes the unity of all existence and seeks to understand the universe and humanity's place within it through various philosophical and religious traditions, particularly those from the East. And
yeah.
this is what they call her. And so I
That's
learned a new word there.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Very good that you actually said this. In 1893, she was a representative of the Theosophical Society at the World Parliament of Religions in Chicago. World Parliament of Religions in Chicago. The World Parliament is famous in India because Indian monk Swami Vivekanand addressed the same event. Okay, so there she met Swami Vivekanand. Okay, so masters, this is very, very important. Not only that, now when she was into co-Freemasonry. Look how old she is at this time in 1897, and now in Puerto Rico, Freemasonry is a form of Freemasonry which admits both men and women. The first known co-Masonic lodge was created. Yeah, and so one thing I also read about her is that because they were like they need a place to stay, right? So Annie Besant actually had created lot many lodges, not only in the in the British Empire at that time, in India and many other places. She had, in every part of the world, she, wherever she went, she created that lodge, okay, the co-Freemasonry lodge, okay. So and okay, there it is, yeah. One second, I'll show you. Yeah, so see the World Teacher Project, thought form of the music of Charles Gounod, according to Besant and C. W. Leadbeater, in thought forms. So this is the World Teacher Project in 1901. Soon after Besant's assumption of the presidency, Leadbeater discovered 14-year-old Jiddu Krishnamurti, 1895 and 1986. So he was an Indian spiritual seeker and writer, adopted by the members of the Theosophical Society as a child because of his aura as perceived by the Theosophic leader Charles Leadbeater, without a particle of selfishness in it. He was raised to fill the advanced role of world, something is written there. But anyway, world teacher. So yeah, world teacher. So she actually found him in Adyar, Madras. Okay, there he was actually uh, deemed as the world teacher. She was also she became the legal guardian. Okay. Anyway, so here this is the works that I wanted to show you all. So here, when you see the works, see how much she has written. These are all the works of Annie Besant. List of works on online books, then Annie Wood Besant, political status of women, and so on. The seven principles of man, Bhagavad Gita, karma in outer world, in the outer court, the ancient wisdom, dharma, evolution of life and form, avatara, the religious problem in India, thought power, its control in culture, a study in consciousness, a contribution to the science of psychology, theosophy and the new psychology, a course of 6 lectures, thought forms with C.W. Leadbeater, esoteric Christianity, death and after, occult chemistry, an introduction to yoga. And so the occult chemistry with C.W. Leadbeater, this is C.W. Leadbeater Masters. He was also a member of the Theosophical Society and co-Freemasonry, an author on occult subjects, and the co-initiator with J.I. Wedgwood of the Liberal Catholic Church. Occult chemistry. So she has written occult chemistry with C.W. Leadbeater, and then occult chemistry, clairvoyant observations on the chemical elements. So clairvoyant, just imagine, if you understand what I'm reading, you will understand. She would actually clairvoyantly observe the chemical elements, and that is the book on occult chemistry. Then Introduction to Yoga, Australian lectures. Oh my God, and the list continues. Man and his bodies, here. Elementary lessons of karma, a study in karma, so on, sin and crime, uh, the future of Indian politics, and so on. Just imagine how much. This is like, and sorry, yeah. So just imagine, masters, so much work she has done. Very, very important. Anyhow, thank you so much, Nirja ji. Thank you, Sheelam ji. Okay, masters, let's go into meditation now. Okay, take your position and sit cross-legged. Calm yourself, your mind, your body. Relax yourself with each and every breath. As you inhale and exhale, imagine golden light and cosmic energy, life force energy entering your breath. With each and every inhalation, you experience this golden positive energy entering you. And as you breathe out any kind of tension, any kind of excitement, any kind of thoughts that you carry. Only remember that you are a soul, and this time as you inhale, you are going way, way deep into your own self, into your inner self. The inner self talks to you. The soul within you needs to talk to you, to let you know who you are, to access your past incarnation, to access anything that you have forgotten, that was there in your memory, but you need to be reminded. So today, let us invoke the masters who are connected with Most High, but also we also want to connect with the consciousness of Annie Besant. We ask Master Annie Besant to help us and connect us with her consciousness, to help us know more about her and the work that she has done. Also help us to align with our soul plan and in this lifetime, to help us with what needs to be done, to help us take action on what we can do and give us the ideas and opportunities so that we can move forward in our life with the work that we need to do, with the soul plan that we have curated. Help us, Master Annie Besant. We call on to you. We want to connect with your consciousness. So as we inhale and exhale, let us first relax our body from head to toe, breath by breath, one inhalation after another, one exhalation after another. Inhale, exhale, and feel totally relaxed. Let your body relax with each and every breath. And as you breathe out, your body is becoming lighter and more lighter. As you inhale your breath, you get more cosmic energy. You become calm and peaceful. Your mind becomes zero, thoughtless. So as you inhale, we invite this cosmic energy from the cosmos. The source energies are traveling from the source into our crown, into our body, into each and every part of our body, each and every cell inside our body, into the crown, into each and every organ, from crown to feet. We are human beings in this lifetime, but our soul is the one who needs meditation. The physical body, the physicality of this world wants the physical body to have food. And very similar to that, in this world to survive and to know about ourselves, the soul needs meditation to connect with the past incarnations, with the important wisdom that your soul knows. We need to connect with not only with our soul, that is the under self, but also with the over self, which is our higher self. So at this time, we also invoke our higher self to guide us, to help us know who we are, what is the soul plan, what is the purpose, why we are here, and why the Master is connecting with us today. What does she wants to teach us? So Master Annie Besant, we are really grateful that you are here with us today in the form of consciousness. We are trying to connect with your psychic energy. So help us to know the information, the divine wisdom and knowledge that you carry. Help us by connecting us with our strength, courage, letting go of our fears, anxieties, and making ourselves strong as we meditate upon our higher self and lower self, which is the under self. So inhale deeply, masters, and exhale softly, slowly. As you inhale deeply and exhale softly. And as you breathe in more deeper, more deeper. Every time you breathe, let us get connected to our breath.
How to stop saying
Every breath that we breathe is teaching us to go more deeper, to connect with our energies, consciousness, and to understand who we are. Our soul knows everything. The soul has a lot of wisdom that we carry within us. So let us call on to our soul, our higher self, and ask our higher self and underself to help us connect with the higher self, to know more, to share that divine knowledge and wisdom. As you hear them, you can breathe in deeply and slowly exhale and start becoming one with everything. Once you relax your whole body from head to toe, I ask you all to forget about your body consciousness and only remember your breath. Forget about your name, fame, trauma, pain, losses, gain, anything. For this while, when you are meditating, your work, your responsibility, your schedule, only remember that you are here for meditation, deep meditation, talking with your soul self. The message will come through. So just don't wait for any message. Just remember, whatever needs to come through will come. Just breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out, masters. Let each and every breath be your guide. Take every inhalation deeply, and as you exhale, exhale slowly, softly, steadily. Keep your body steady and go more and more deeper. Let your soul answer you back with the information that you need. My dear masters, slowly, steadily, let us all come back into our body consciousness. Take your time and inhale deeply as you start returning into your body consciousness. One by one, as you start experiencing, as you get connected with your body, start feeling your toes, your feet, straighten up your spine, your neck, and your head. Let each and every breath guide you. My dear masters, now very slowly, let us all come back and feel our toes, our body, our hands and feet, our fingers. Straighten up your spine, your neck, your head, and very slowly try to come out. Slowly keep your hands unclasped and keep them on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, whenever you're ready, masters, you can open your eyes beneath your palms and slowly come out with a beautiful smile. Thank you so much, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you all had a great time, peaceful, calming meditation. And I hope you got certain answers or guidance from the Master Any Besant. and your own higher self. Thank you so much, Masters. Anybody wishes to share anything at this time? Any experience that you felt like sharing or you felt at this time during meditation? Okay, then let us end the session, Masters. Without further ado, we should just save our time and energy. So I'm going to end the session now, and do share anything if you will feel like sharing. You can also message in the group, put the message or experience in the group. So tomorrow again we'll meet, Masters. Till then, have a safe journey ahead into your life, into your higher self, into your uh, soul self, I would say. So may we all be happy, healthy, and vibrant. May we meditate regularly with our individual self, with the group's energies and consciousness. May we all be abundant, peaceful, joyful, loving, and kind. May we teach meditation to everyone. May we awaken everyone and do our much needed inner work every day. Thank you so much, Masters. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Stay blessed and stay happy. Stay vibrant. We'll meet tomorrow.